But when their lake friends come over, where are they gonna dock? I almost said park, but you park a car and dock a boat.
Welcome back to Dock Talks. Today we are talking about the must-haves for a functional and beautiful waterfront property.
I'm going to start with the house. Sort of a must-have feature room in any lake house, bunk room. But lake houses are gathering places. If you're buying a vacation home and you want your kids to come visit you, your friends to come stay with you, need a place to pile a bunch of people in. One of our building partners, Keith Wing, has done some really phenomenal stuff with bunk rooms. Big built-in. Billy said they've got a listing with a queen over queen built-in bunks.
They're huge.
So just turning one space, if it's already there, into a big bunk room. Or if you're building, just consider that.
Yeah, Keith does not build a lake house unless it has a bunk room. And you know, everybody, once you have a lake house, that's when you start getting a lot more friends, and you gotta have places to put them. So definitely function.
Heads in beds, right?
Yeah, and they're really cool looking. I mean, some of these bunk rooms, just the woodwork, and I mean how they lay them out and where they put them is just awesome. Mine, I would say, as far as functionality, more on the beauty side, would be it's so frustrating. A lot of times people want to come out on the boat with us, which we do take them for boat tours, and they want to look at lake houses from the boat. You'd be surprised how many $1 million, $2 million, $3 million lake houses have no guest slip, no way to safely tie up a boat. Yes, they have their own lifts to pick up their own boats, but when their lake friends come over, where are they gonna dock? I almost said park, but you park a car and dock a boat.
We would have corrected you.
I would have been made fun of by this group, but just so it goes on the record, I say park. Yeah. But if you look behind me, it's simple, vertical posts. You have your rub rail of your boat, and if you have an edge, like say just your dock, the rub rail gets ripped off whenever the surf waves come by. You have a vertical post, there's no edge for the rub rail to catch. Another way is whips. If you really don't even like your boat touching any kind of bumpers or whatnot, you can keep it completely away from the dock with whips. You have to have enough room.
Inexpensive fix.
Yeah, but it's functional. When you have a lake house, you want to have lake friends, and you got to have a place for them to come over.
So mine, I'm actually going to talk about the boat slip, so I'm glad you didn't get too far into that. But two things is making sure, like, you know what kind of boat you already have, or knowing what kind of boat you want, and making sure that it's actually going to fit. I mean, I think we've all seen houses where you walk into this boat slip and you're like, oh no, the boat's not going to fit. Like, what are we going to do? They want a big 23-foot wake boat. It's not going to happen. So it's just one of those things to make sure when you're looking at a lake house, especially with one of us, the experts, that you're going to notice that. We're going to bring that up and just be thoughtful about it.
I was stepping one off for a client today. Looked at it and he said, do you think a pontoon could go in there? And I took 3 big steps and he said, I don't know if that's going to fit, but we had some room outside or in between the poles where he could widen it out a little bit.
That's why I keep a tape measure with me in my truck. Yeah, people are always like, oh, will my boat fit? And I'm like, well, it's 104 inches wide, so it's yes. And they're like, how'd you know? So well, the widest boat that they will sell you is 102 inches wide. So as long as you have more than 102 inches, you're golden.
And some really good docking skills.
Yeah, exactly. You want a little bit more. Yeah. All right, you can get some rollers. So ding, 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 ding.
We don't all drive boats like Hunter.
Yeah.
We need a little more room than that.
Well, I got a 14-year-old son, hence why I got the big rollers.
Mine's going to be lake accessibility, and whether that be a beach entry to just walk out into the lake or by stairs. And you know, you see the lake houses with the cheap ladders and stuff, and yeah, those don't work. Mine pulled out of the deck on me and I collapsed into the lake. So get the kind that can lay in so they don't get the algae build up on them and you can pull them back up. Or I have a permanent one which has concrete steps, and you can take it out and clean it occasionally if it gets algae on it. But just getting ability to get into the water and use it and enjoy it, that is a major. But like your beach, I mean, that's incredible. I mean, we this summer we hung out there, just the Lakefront group, and just relaxed in the sand, and it's just makes the lake a lot more enjoyable when you have access points.
You've got a great point on that, because a lot of houses that just have the ladder entry, you get people hanging out by the water but not in the water. If you have easy access, whether it be the beach or the steps with a railing, or even like a jet ski ramp that doubles. We call that here the sandless beach. But it gets the whole party in the water. And when it's 105 degrees outside in August, you don't really want to hang out by the water. You want to hang out in the water, and you want to make it as inviting as possible.
Yeah, and some people, those ladders, some people can't pull themselves out. I mean, whether they're overweight or just not strong enough upper body, they can't pull themselves out. So make it fun for your family and friends and easy for them to get into the water.
And we've got the contractors in these areas that if your waterfront doesn't have that feature, we can get you connected.
And on that point, we've done the dock talk in the past about elevating, the roof. If it's wide enough but not tall enough, there's other options rather than scrapping and starting over. Is cut the poles, hydraulic, lift the boathouse up, and then make a connection. So there's workarounds. It's not super scary.
So there you have it. If you want more information about the different things that make your waterfront property fun and functional, let us know. We'll talk to you soon.